You don't even understand how nervous. Oh my God. All the vibes, with, I'm going to spoiler alert, but, all the vibes with Jimmy and Derek. There it is. I think, it's pretty much out of the bag at this point. So listen, first of all, very happy to be here. Very happy to, basically tell everybody that this podcast, is now turned into permanently co-hosted between myself and the wonderful Derek Clark. I'm so nervous. I swear to God. I told you I was nervous before this, man. I don't even. I I wasn't sure what to do with my hands either. You would do that. You would do that just to start this out. I swear to God, you would. Man, I can hear everything that you're doing right now. And that's the best part of it. That's the best part of it. That is why this is going to be so good. You guys, listen.
Welcome to All the Vibes with Jimmy and Derek.
Perfect intro.
Back
That's
like
all
we
I
never
gotta
left.
say. No, basically, listen.
Back for the first time.
Back for the time that none of you really knew that you like. That you guys don't even know how much you need this. I'm not even kidding. Like you listen. The thing is that, you know, Derek and I have been friends since, good Lord, like 2020.
Yeah. Almost 4 years probably now at this point, which is wild.
About 4 to 5 years.
Wild.
Why am I so shocked by that right now? I don't know why. Like, see, we've been, man, the conversations that we have had, the times that we have just been, God, the amount of times that we've talked, the how our friendship like really built, and the dynamic that we both have developed and everything. I mean, that's just, I don't know, man. This has honestly been a long time coming. I will not lie to you.
I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I asked y'all asked for it, they asked for it. And here you are.
Secretly, I think they asked for it. Did you ever get any DMs asking if we were going to do a podcast together? Did you ever get that?
Mm-hmm.
You did?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I got comments about it too. Yeah.
Everybody lied to me.
Yeah.
Everybody lied to me. Or never told me.
I had a few comments about it. Like, you guys should do a podcast. And I think that I think that comment is still one of my favorites, because, like, just in case we ever did, I was like, I'm going to go back to that. But it's probably a long time ago. I don't feel like going back to that.
That's fine. It's in the archives. It's in the archives somewhere. We don't even know at this point, because hell, I mean, there's been so many things that have happened in the last four years anyways. But yeah, so, you know, I mean, like, why
we're here now.
So like
we're here,
but like, why
are we here?
Why? Like, why did we decide to do this? Well, I'll tell you one thing. It all started with a text message where I was like, "Hey, we should do a podcast together."
And that's the story. And so thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next week.
It was a pleasure.
That's it.
It was a pleasure.
That's it.
That's literally the story, though. I'm not kidding. There's no magical, you know, suspenseful type of story that I could even tell, just because that's all I did. That's all I did. We had our conversations like we normally do, and I just said, hey man, look, you know, I just really think that we could turn this into we should do a podcast together. I really think that it could be something special. And I think you at one point you were like, oh yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. And you know, I think that could be something. And then I go, yeah, but like, I'm talking, we should just like permanently and like co-host it. And I think you were like, oh, I thought you were talking about like one episode, but yeah, no, that could be cool too.
Oh yeah. We could do that too. Yeah, sure.
Man. Do you recall the first time that you ever made content with me?
Like, not like a TikTok duet, but like actual like collaboration.
No, I
Or
would even say the very first, like the very first time. It could be either duet or it could be collab, because I mean, listen, we could go we'll talk about our collabs here in a little bit, just because we need to. But what was that? Do you remember that first one that you ever did with me?
I think it was the New Girl one, right? With Winston
Yes.
and Schmidt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes,
Like
you did.
the Golden Girls one.
Yes.
I would think I was I had I was curling my hair. I had the curl sponge, and I was yeah.
Yeah, man. That was, and in all honesty, like when so that first, so like that comes along, and I'm sitting there and I go, I like, I love this guy's energy. I love the energy.
Yeah, man.
I love the energy that's being put into this right now. So we started, then we just started talking more and more, and then started exchanging ideas for collabs and stuff like that. But then we also had other conversations outside of social media, where it just became like, a really great friendship. And like, listen, I've seen it in the comments. Okay. I've seen it in the comments. People know how much of a bromance we have. Yes, I listen.
Some may call it that. Some may call it bromance.
Some may call it. Some may or may not call it that. You may or may not have called me your content husband in your birthday tribute. In your birthday tribute, which, by the way, as soon as you did that, I was like, I go like this. I go, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Let's go.
What's crazy is, like, I don't think I ever referred to you as that before then or since. I think that was the only time I ever said that.
That was the only time.
Use that phrase.
But it's okay.
But it's true.
Because
it's true.
It is though. I mean, like the stuff that you and I create together, man. Like, it's absolutely fantastic. Like, anytime that you ever give me an idea and you're like, hey, I was thinking about this. You don't even have to go into detail what it is. I usually sit there and I say yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I wasn't finished typing. It's yes. I'm like, okay. Yeah. All right.
So you could even type, so I was thinking, and I go, yes.
Yeah. Yep. It's true. It's true. Honestly.
We don't even have we don't even have to go into more detail. We'll discuss it, but we don't even have to go into more detail. It's fine. I know that it's going to be good, and I know that we're going to have a good time. I know that people love what we create together and whatnot, but it's not, to me, magic. It's not even, it is, but it's not even so much about the content though. It's just I've had friends who have kind of like, come and gone as like I've been on this social media journey for a while. All right. Like I've had friends who have just kind of, hey, we were good for a little bit. Life happened, people kind of like drift apart, whatever it is, stuff happens. Right. But in all of the times, you've been with me since I have pre-dad.
Yeah.
Like pre-dad, man. And you're still here. Like, you're still here. Yeah. We're still talking about content. We're still talking about basketball. We're still talking about football. We're talking about like things that just absolutely frustrate us from a mental health standpoint, like with our mental health or with whatever it might be. Like
100%.
Listen, we're going to give you guys some great content outside of what we already do.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to get you some, audio content to blow your minds.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's going to be, it's going to be available. It's going to be available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. It's going to be available on YouTube. We're going to give you guys some, some really good,
some coughs. We're going to give you some sneezes. We're going to give you some.
We might be sick.
Hopefully y'all can give us some throat lozenges for Jimmy. Some water.
If we could get sponsored by Ricola, that would be wonderful.
That'd be excellent. If you know anybody.
Oh my God. But
yeah, we're going to give you guys some great, we're gonna, some excellent, all of it. We're gonna give you it. We're gonna give it to all. We're gonna give it all. All you can handle.
Oh my God. So yeah, we'll and by the way, this is gonna This is going to happen like probably it'll be like once every other Friday. Okay?
When you least
just letting
expect
you guys,
it.
when you don't even know, you won't even know that it's coming. You got that wrestling face. That's happening.
Yeah.
You got that.
Right. That was really good. Man. That was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was getting in character.
It
You'll
was.
never know.
I love it.
It'll just show up on your feed one day.
Hey, and then if the FYP ever lets us. Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a that's a whole other story.
Yeah, totally different story. But like, so even though it's content, okay, there's a bunch of different topics that we could be discussing. All right, because Derek and I don't just talk about social media. Like we don't. That's not the only thing that's in our realm. It's the same. Yeah. It's very consistent with what has been our content. Is like we don't have a niche.
We are nicheless.
Niche.
Yeah.
I don't even like that word. I hate saying it, to tell you the truth.
Is it niche or is it niche? Niche.
Never.
Niche?
No.
Niche.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
I like niche. Niche. I like niche.
Listen, I hate saying it. I don't like it either way. Doesn't really, I mean, either way, it doesn't really matter. Like
this is a no niche podcast. No niches allowed. No niches allowed. Thank you. Yeah.
No, you can take your niche out the door.
Yeah. You bring some niches. You bring niches here, you're going to get sent away. No niches get stitches. That's what we say around here. Or wait, no.
Is that how it
niches
goes?
Get stitches. Niches get stitches. There we go. Yeah. No niches. We want no niches, but niches get stitches.
It's always oh my god. See, that's why I was so excited to start this, just because I feel like we're a lot of the times we're on the same wavelength. But as far as the topics go, man, like we like, besides social media, like what are some other things, like even just like one or two other things, like just to give people an idea. Like I mean,
the biggest one that we both share on all the time, mental health. That's a big one. Yep. Between, that we share constantly.
Yep.
So we'll be talking a lot about that. What affects both of ours, different anxieties, depression, whatever.
Yep.
I'm sure there'll be some sports talks because we're both huge sports fans. Obviously, you can, if you're watching the video of this, you can see in Jimmy's background, it's just riddled with sports.
Can see literally everything.
Yeah, I mean, we're both relatively the same age, like a few years apart. So I mean, there's some nostalgia talk, maybe, as I'm wearing a Boy Meets World shirt right now.
Yeah,
absolutely. There's gonna be a lot.
Wait, how old are you?
36.
36.
Oh yeah.
I'm 35. I'm 35.
I'll be 30. I'll be 37 in a couple months.
Okay, so a couple years. So not that. Not that.
Yes,
not
kids.
That
kids, once you get to this age, you do have to start doing the math. Like I legit had to start thinking about how old I am.
Yeah.
It's after 30, you just start kind of keeping track. So it's start carry the 2, the 1. Yeah. Okay. 37. Almost. See, I got it wrong again. I actually got it wrong because I'm not. I don't.
Oh my god! But yeah, no.
So yeah, we're relatively.
Yeah, we're pretty.
Age, so
relatively, and it's gonna be a good time either way. Gonna be a good time. I mean, when he's talking about the sports stuff, it's like I gotta suffer through being a Chicago fan at a lot of points. But
that must be tough.
It is. It is though. It really is. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't a lot of times. It's just it hurts my soul and everything. Promise you that hurts my soul.
Yeah. I feel for you.
The one, but I'm glad you do, because I know you're big,
I'm going through it a little
big
bit.
Boston
right now.
fan, and I'm very jealous. I'm very jealous all the time of a lot of different things, especially in the basketball realm. So
we had a great run.
You did.
I mean,
you did.
You know,
it still happened. at the time
still
that
kind
this
of
is
happening, but
at the time that this is recording, yes, this is still it's still happening and everything.
it is
But
still happening to an extent. But we had a
to an
run where
extent,
all four were like, but we don't have to get into that. We don't have to get into that.
We're doing really good. Doing really good. All right. So for the people that don't know who you are, like, and I'll go after you, so that I can take care of my dog who is deciding to be a pistol right now. But what? So like tell people a little bit about yourself. There's a lot of people that know you. All right, there are the people that you tell about this. The people that already hear about this, they're gonna be like, it's gonna go through the roof. But for the people that don't know, what can they?
Oh,
what can I even say?
What do you want to know? Well, so for those who don't know, for those who are unaware, if you are watching the video, you can see Jimmy's cool chair. It has the Chicago Bulls logo that I just found out about earlier. That was really cool. Anyways, for those who don't know me, oh, he's back. I thought you were gonna be gone a lot longer than that.
No, not. It's all good.
I didn't even get to start talking about myself because I was literally telling everybody about your chair.
Well, hey, it's all good. I do have a Chicago Bulls chair, but please do continue. Please do continue.
I've been a content creator for I'd say longer than 4 years because I was doing videos before TikTok. Back in the day, Vine, did some Vines back in the day. Dub Smash, if some of y'all are familiar with Dub Smash. I have an entire folder on my phone of Dub Smashes. I might make a TikTok of all my Dub Smashes actually, because I have a lot.
Do a little throwback.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So it's just something that I've found interesting. Like I said before, like we were just talking about, I'm a big sports fan, big pro wrestling fan. Mental health is a big deal to myself and Jimmy, as I said earlier. So yeah, there's a lot to me. It's kind of like the Kawaii Interview, where it's like there's a lot. I can't just say anything. I need without asking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've never related more to that Kawaii Interview until now, where it's like I can't just tell you something about me, and I don't know what you want to know. I don't even know where you're at right now.
I don't even know what. I don't even know where.
Shout out to Kawaii.
Shout out. Oh, but it's so perfect though. Like you seriously with
Derek, clip of that. Insert clip of that interview right now.
Yeah. With Derek, you never like you have some idea of what you're gonna get, but also at the same time, there's a lot of surprises that come with it, and you are pleasantly.
That's fair.
You are pleasantly surprised. Okay. I'd like to say, I think we could say that about both of us, right? Like there are some pleasant surprises that come with a lot of the content that we put out there. And I'm, listen, like for me, it's kind of, I think it would be great if we did like a Q&A, type thing with a lot with people. This is so much just like us telling you guys like what we're going to be talking about and stuff. But that is a very important part. Well, it's going to be a very important part of the show. It's like we want to hear from you guys. We do. Like you like there's so many DMs that we're getting from people asking us about our content or asking or comments even. Like we get so many of those that
all the time.
We could turn that into just one episode by itself. Like it's I'm just saying. So we love we love your feedback. We love your comments. Like please give the podcast a rating, even if you want. That definitely helps it. I know that it puts it out into the masses a little bit more. And I know that definitely helps. But yeah, like might do a little Q&A thing. Might give you guys do a little post or something and be like, hey, like what do you guys want to know? What do you want to ask and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I like that idea because, I mean, a big reason why we are here is because of y'all. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of y'all asked for this. Much to Jimmy's surprise, apparently he didn't know that some of y'all were asking about a podcast.
Because maybe it's because the FYP hates me. And I don't think maybe it's because the FYP hates me and like it doesn't put my content out as much. So like maybe you got that kind of stuff on your videos and whatnot, or maybe somebody sent you more of that stuff. But for me, I didn't. For me, I don't remember really getting a lot where people were asking me specifically, like, "Oh man, like you and Derek, like, have you guys thought about doing a podcast together?" Or maybe you know what? Also, it could be one of those situations where somebody messages me and they're just like, "I talked to you about this so long ago. How dare? What do you mean? I talked to you about this so long ago." I'd be like, "Yeah, right."
You know what? You're right.
You're
right. Yeah,
I remember now.
I remember now. Yeah,
it's there. I'm sorry. Thank you. I really do. I appreciate you.
I got a few comments, and I think maybe like 1 or 2 DMs asking like, "Oh, are you and Jimmy gonna do like a show?" Like I had one person like, "You and Jimmy should do a show," and another person like, "You guys should make a podcast or something like that."
Ooh,
and I was like,
okay.
Maybe you never know. Never say never.
Yeah, it works. It works.
And if that was you out there who was asking about us doing a podcast, let me tell you, I don't think it's ever going to happen.
This is actually just a giant tease. This is actually just a giant tease. We're not doing it anymore.
This is actually all AI. Fun fact.
Our voice. Yep. This isn't actually our real. This is not my real voice. So, if I disappointed you, I apologize. But you know, that's just.
There are going to be some people who follow us who are so used to just seeing our lip syncs that they're going to like listen to a podcast like, I still don't think that's your voice. I still don't think that's you.
No. Nope. Not at all.
You're right.
Not at all. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not.
Well, I mean, for the past 4 years, like we have definitely seen our ups and downs as far as content creation and whatnot. But something that we've also seen pretty frequently, and it seems to obviously it's turning its ugly head right now, is this whole like TikTok ban thing. If I had a dime for every time I heard this, I swear to God, I'd be filthy rich, and I wouldn't have to. I don't know. I probably wouldn't even have to work my full-time job. I don't know, man. To me,
how do you feel about it? How do you feel about it?
I don't listen. I think in all honesty, like for the longest time, it's just been really stupid. Because you're this whole talk about like national security and data stealing data and all this other stuff. I'm like, that's the biggest thing that you're worried about right now. Like that's what you're worried about right now, you know? And there's so many billions of users that are on this app all the time, and they're making content, they're building their communities, they're building connections and friendships. I mean, hell, sometimes even relationships that turn into romantic relationships and all this other stuff. I don't know, man. Like, I've just had so much fun on this. I've had so much fun with it that I don't want it to go away, just because I don't really see the reason why. And, you know, like, I don't know. I mean, those are just my thoughts on it so far, but I've always thought that this is probably one of the most ridiculous things ever.
It's really silly to me, because it's like, I mean, I don't know, as I've said before, I don't know shit about fuck, but it's so funny, because it's like we're worried about us, you know, stealing our data, but it's like, bro, I scan my face every day, like, to open my phone. Like, this shit auto completes my Visa, my credit card information all the time. You got it all. What else do you like? You already have all of the data. Like, what's TikTok gonna take from me? Yeah, what is TikTok gonna do that I'd ever already given you? Like, I feel like we all, you know, Apple Pay. We're all Apple paying. We're all doing this. Like, what other day? You know what I mean? I don't know. But regardless, if it does, I've always kind of said it's out of my control. So it's like, it's nothing that I try to worry about too much, because if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. But do I want it to go away? Of course not. But
no. But I will say though, that's really important what you said though. We don't have a say. We don't have control over whether or not it's going to go. And even though I guess there has to be like a 9-month period that since they approved the ban that it would like, and this is the, I'm not going to go too deep into this because then it gets into politics and I hate politics. So it's like, I'm not,
that's one thing you probably won't hear us talking about down here.
Yeah, no politics.
Hopefully not.
No politics. Sorry, not sorry at the same time. I don't, neither Derek nor myself have any control over what's going to happen with this thing. I mean, listen, either way, like we're still going to be here no matter what. One way.
Yeah, we'll find a way.
One way or the other, like one way or the other, I mean, whether it's through the podcast, or, Instagram. I know both of us are on it. And we're still pretty active with that. Like it's hard sometimes keeping up with all these platforms and whatnot, but at the same time, it's very necessary because I know it's something that's incredibly important to both of us. But yeah, like if we, in all honesty, I ask myself that all the time. Like, what would happen? What would I do? Like, what would I do if TikTok officially like went away? Like I can't go I can't access it on my phone. It's gone, finito, whatever. What would I do? I don't know.
It'd be a rough transition period. I'll give you that for sure. It would be weird.
It would. Yeah.
But you got to adapt. That's life. You got to adapt. I mean, it's only a matter of time until there's another app that comes along anyways. I mean, I mentioned it earlier. Vine was huge for the longest time, and then it just disappeared. And then TikTok came along. You know what I mean? So something will probably come along, but yeah, man, you can control the controllable. I worry about what I can only worry about, and like if this does go away and it's 9 months, then we got 9 months to enjoy it, and then. You have 9. Think of it like this: if it's going away in 9 months, you have 9 months to figure out your next move. That's you have 9 months to figure out what you're going to do.
Whether that's on Instagram or on another app, like you've got time. You've got time to figure it out.
Yeah, and like don't get me wrong, I feel for the people who make like pretty much their living on TikTok. Like that, like this is super shitty, but there are also a lot of businesses that people work at that go out of business all the time, and those people are get put out of a job. So it's not like it's like I feel like this kind of sounds insensitive, but like that's just how the world works. Unfortunately, like people lose their jobs all the time, and it sucks. But
it sucks. But life goes on.
Yeah, right. Life, and if you are able to get to the point where you can make a living on TikTok, like doing something entertaining, you already have the tools to be successful somewhere else, I would say.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I mean, you're kind of like already getting you're getting your bearings, and you're figuring things out. You're figuring out how things work, and you're just like, all right, well, hey, if something does happen, then I'm prepared to do whatever it is I have to do in order to keep succeeding and everything. I'm glad that you mentioned that too, because I do feel bad for the people that either started their business on TikTok and now and now it could potentially go away, or they made their living off of it, et cetera, et cetera. I get it. And I 100%. hate it. I hate it for those people. I can, it's a gut wrenching feeling probably. Not necessarily to either of us, because we don't have a business on social media. Like we don't have that. It's not the same situation for us. So there is some sensitivity that comes along with that.
Yeah. And I hate it for me. I hate it for all of us, obviously, because like that's where the majority I spend a lot of my time, and like
of course.
Not to get into numbers too much, but like I have over 140,000 followers on TikTok. I have like 5,000 something on Instagram. Like that's a big difference. You know what I mean? So it's like, when you're a creator and you're, in order to grow, obviously you need those followers. So it's like going from that to this obviously would suck. So like I'm very cognizant of that, but again, I can't control it if it goes away.
Nope. And no, and that's the biggest thing that I want people to, I guess I want my, I want people to understand, and as well as I want to make sure that I keep understanding that as well. Cause I know that there's time where it gets frustrating and you're like, wait a minute, man. Like, come on, really? Like, do you see how much fun people are having on this app? I understand that there are certain people who don't use it the right way. God, that's going to be another episode within itself of just even using social media the right way, not according to our standards, but like just how we feel about it. Like, how are you going to use social media? You know what I mean? Like, cause there's so many different things, so many different accounts where I'm seeing like that's where it's just like, nah, that ain't it. Like, we should probably should have thought about this, but we're going to do the best that we can. We're going to continue to make content. We're going to continue doing our collabs. Speaking of collabs, like, I mean, how do you, I don't even care, dude. I don't know where did we even, I can't even remember the first time that we actually, like, and when I say collab, I'm talking, people thought we were in the same house.
Well, dude, honestly, that was like the first duet we did. Like, not the first, like the second duet we did. Like that's because when you asked me earlier if I remember like our first like duet or collaboration, that was the first one that came to mind. But then I remembered the actual first. But like that one, it was set up so perfectly because it was a friends duet, and I remember you had like a Bears shirt on, and I was at my old apartment, and like I came out of the door, and it just looked like we were in the same apartment, or we were in the same place, or whatever. And I remember people commenting on it, like, "Are you guys in the same house?" And I was like, "No, but it looks like it, don't
it?" It truly did. And it was kind of scary. It was kind of not scary even, but more of just like, whoa, that looks real.
That looked legitimately looked like we were in the same place.
That didn't even look like a duet screen. That just looked like a full screen.
Yeah,
and like it felt absolute full screen, and the amount of minds that were blown.
It was
from
bizarre.
That. Yeah,
but as far as like collaboration that you're talking about, like that, I don't even remember the first one. It had to have been a friends video. I know for sure. Remember.
I know for sure. Yeah, I know for sure it was a friends. It was a friends scene, but like from the transitioning to like both characters and like their lines and everything, and then the amount of energy and like the effort that we put into it and stuff. I just truly feel like it's so good.
Yeah.
Every time that we send each other like the finished, like it's either you sending me the finished product or me sending you over my part. Like, every single time, man, every single time we're like, how is this so good?
Yeah. And like one thing that like people don't realize too is like, so obviously we do a lot of the friends videos. So it's either I'm Ross or Joey and you're Chandler. But like aside from those ones, anytime that we send like especially now, I'd say within like the last like year and a half, like we'll send like an audio, for those of you guys listening, like we'll send an audio to the other person, and sometimes we used to discuss like, okay, I think I should do this person and this person, and like, but we've gotten to the point where we both kind of, it's weird, like we both kind of know who should do which part without even like. Yeah, just on vibes or just on like their voice, like fitting the better. It's gotten weird that like we know each other that well, because I remember we sent I think it was one of the Step Brothers. We did the Step Brothers one, and I was like, I feel like this has you written all over it. And he's like, you were like, I was thinking of doing that. I was thinking that as well.
It's just
it's fascinating when you get to that point where you know somebody so well. And like the crazy thing is, as a lot of people listening know, we actually haven't met ever in person, but we've worked together so often on these and have talked so often that we know we get such a good, like, rapport with each other that we know this works. This will work better probably with Jimmy, or I think this would be like, if the energy level is like, I remember I can't remember which one it was, but I remember I sent you one and I was like, the energy level is so high that I feel like this has you written all over it. Like you should do this one. Because there's definitely certain ones where it's like 75% this person, 25% this person. And,
right.
and, and with certain like people, I'm sure they would be like, well, I want to have a bigger part. And it's like, we both know that like, it's going to come back around.
Well, right. We don't have, and that's the thing that I love about our friendship so much is that like neither of us really is, like, oh, like you had a bigger part. Like, oh, like you had this happen for you.
Yeah.
Like that's like, I hate you for that. What like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like instead of being like jealous of each other, don't be jealous of each other's success. Like we have this dynamic where we just like, we hype each other up so much that,
there's no
I don't know,
ego.
like,
There's no ego.
No, 100%. Like not at all. Like I have seen, there have been certain things that we've done together where like you have a bigger part, like you have a bigger part, like you are doing more. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is so good. I don't even care. I don't even care.
Yeah. I
just don't even care. Like I could be in it for 2 seconds. I could be in it for 2 seconds and it wouldn't even matter. Like I would still sit there and be like, I'm creating something with you. And like, that's how much our friendship has really developed over the years is because, and I don't even think it was forced. That's another thing that I really, really, really got to emphasize here. Like, this is not something where like Derek and I just like, and I'm going to say it again. I'll be repetitive. I don't care. Like we didn't force it. It just happened. Like we just kept having conversations. We kept talking to each other about things that mattered to us, things that were important to us. Like the amount of times that we have vented to each other over text, over like whatever, like FaceTime or text, like whatever, like, man, it is very much like I told you this the other day, like I'm not friends with you because of your, like, just because of your content. Like I'm friends with you because legitimately, like, this is something that is so incredibly important to me. Like this, like we don't talk every single day. Like we both have things that are going on. Like we have, like, I'm a dad, I'm a husband. Like I've got twin boys. Like you're working full time and you've like, you're taking care of things that you need to take care of. Like that's the thing that I loved about this so much. That's the beauty of this whole thing is like, it's not something that was ever forced. It just happened naturally. And it's blossomed so well over the last 4 years that it's like, this is just all, it just feels like it's all coming full circle kind of. And I don't know. I'm like, my excitement is through the roof. I don't know what's going on, but I am excited.
See that energy level I was telling y'all about? That's it right there.
Telling you, flip the table. Nope, I don't want to do that though, because my equipment's on here. But
no, I feel the exact same, man. Like I appreciate this friendship more than you know, and like it's so dope to have like a partner, like creatively, like my content husband, as I said before.
And I am fine with that title. I love that. I love that 100%.
Dude, we're a little married. But yeah,
I miss you so much. It hurts sometimes.
Yeah, we legit have like we have a Turk and JD relationship. But no, I appreciate, like, because we have like this working relationship, if you will, like we're a partnership where we can create, but we're also like good friends, and we will talk about, what's going on in our lives. Like, why do I feel like shit today? Like, why do you, like,
why is my energy dog shit today? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, talking to each other off a ledge, yeah. Or creatively even. Because obviously we work together creatively, but we also do our own shit. You know what I mean? So like, if I'm going through some creative struggles or he is, like, we have each other's back. So it's very rare to have that. It's nice, especially in this kind of space when you are a creator. There are times where you can feel very alone, and it's nice to have a person who can understand that same type of thought process. Because like, I know in my personal life, I don't have anybody who really understands what we do. You know what I mean? And they appreciate it, but they don't understand. And so it is nice to have that other person out there who's like, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like,
Well, and for me too, the thing that really, the thing that's really important to me is that, and I agree with you, by the way, there's not a lot of people that understand, like, outside of the social media space, like outside of the creative space, I should say. I don't want to just say social media. I want to say creatively, who don't, they don't understand. They don't understand it. And like you said, they do appreciate it. They don't judge it necessarily. I mean, there are a few that do, and they're just like that, whatever, but that's fine. They're not the right people. But, like, especially my wife, like since I started doing this stuff back in 2020, she has been like, she's been so proud of me. Like I've been forever grateful for the fact that she has such an open mind to it, of the things that I am creating, or the things that you and I are creating together, that it helps when you like, it does. It helps when you have somebody who can just understand, like, what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to do. And not, and not make you feel like you're just wasting all your energy every time you feel like you are trying to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you could come to me and say, dude, like that, like, I low key, like I know you've told me this a couple of times. I've told you too, like, low key, I probably feel like I could have done better.
Oh yeah.
Like 100% all the time, and hey, it doesn't happen all the time, but some of the times it's like, nah, I really probably could have done better on that. I don't know, maybe the lighting, maybe the energy or something. Man, I just really wasn't feeling it today, but I wanted to get something out because it was such a good thing to do, or there's a great message behind it, or this could really help people laugh or smile or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just, it's a great dynamic, and it's a wonderful friendship that, like, and that's why I can't wait for you guys to, like, hear how he and I just, like, interact with each other, and because I don't have a script in front of me right now. I don't do scripts.
You don't have yours?
Scripts. I don't.
Oh,
yeah,
me either.
I wanted to tell you. I forgot it. I forgot it. I forgot the assignment.
What the hell have I been reading then?
I didn't understand the assignment. I gave you something, and I didn't foolproof it. And I was like,
all this damn time preparing, writing up this script, printing it. I don't even have a printer, actually, so I had to write it handwritten.
I had to handwrite. Do you know how tough that is nowadays?
Yeah.
Terrible. But
it's even in cursive. I don't even remember how to write cursive.
I just feel my hand hurts even thinking about that.
Yeah.
But in all honesty though, like I said, this is gonna be something that you guys are gonna, I almost want to say like, this is kind of a behind the, it's not completely behind the scenes, but
it's kind of peeling the curtain back a little bit.
Yeah. And I love that we're starting to do that, because because I hate how social media can be so fake sometimes.
Yeah.
I really do. Like, it pisses me off to no end. And I get it. Like, we do comedy skits and stuff like that, but the things that we do that are not comedy related, and like are more mental health related, and stuff that we are just trying to, like, we're just trying to get the message out there that, like, there's real stuff, like there's real stuff happening inside of our brains, and like we're trying to handle that on a daily basis. And it's not always going to be funny. It's not always going to be happy. It's not always going to be, like, I don't know, like,
smiles and rainbows, and
cupcakes, rainbows, smiles and rainbows, and whatever it is.
Yeah. And like,
so
yeah, no, I love the idea of being able to kind of peel the curtain back on people, because I love talking about the process of the creating more than the actual creating. Sometimes, like, I get more enjoyment in that sometimes, or like why I think the way I think, or why I do the things I do. I get more enjoyment out of that sometimes than actually creating, and being able, and so it'd be really cool to be able to do that. And as in our process, like we kind of glance over it a little bit earlier, but like actually going into like legit, like, this is how we usually go about doing a video. I think people will really enjoy that. I hope y'all enjoy that, because that's what's coming. You don't have a choice. We're going to talk about it anyways. But
that's what's going to be coming through, like, again, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Like, that's what you guys are going to hear. And it's every other Friday. we hope that you guys are gonna enjoy it. I already know that we're going to, because we've been on this for 45 minutes now, and I know that we're gonna have a blast.
Yeah,
and
I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys to, because I think the people who are listening, some of the people who are listening know us fairly well, but like, hopefully you'll get to know, more about us, and like that there's more to us than just David Rose and Chandler Bing. Like we're not, you know what I mean?
I don't want to be just that.
Like, no, exactly. That's why we are the creators that we are, is because like I could just put out David Rose content all day. You know what I mean? Just be the David Rose guy. And I probably have more followers by now, to be honest, because it would find that niche, that word that we hate. But
Blah.
One thing if you don't know about me, you'll know soon, is that I can't fit myself into one box. Like, I can't be placed into one box. There's absolutely not. I way too many interests. I know Jimmy's the exact same. He's like, yeah, obviously, like we've talked about it before. Like, he loves to do Chandler Bing. He loves it, but that's not. He's not the Chandler Bing guy. I'm sure you could do the same thing. You just do Chandler videos.
If I just did Chandler Bing on my content, I swear to God, like it would probably blow up and not in the way that I want it to.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet. I haven't done the research, but I'm willing to bet that your Chandler videos probably do better than most of your other videos.
They do.
Yeah,
they do, and I'm not afraid. Yeah. And I'm not afraid to admit that. That doesn't mean that like it defines. That also doesn't mean it defines my worth as a creator, though.
100%. No, yeah. Like
like your David, right?
I think that probably does the highest. Usually does most of my higher views, but like I'm not gonna be the David Rose guy or the Elmo guy. Like,
yep, right.
Like I gained a good portion of my followers from an Elmo video. And so, like, yes, I know a lot of my creators. I know a lot of my followers found me through Elmo, and like that's all that they knew. And it was probably I think at the time it was like I had 70,000 followers, and after one video, I was at like 110. So nearly, like, that's like a significant jump. But I can't just do Elmo videos all day. Absolutely not.
No, just like I can't do Chandler videos all day. It's hard. No. It's hard to be. It's hard to be in that dynamic all the time. It really is. It's not. It's not something that. It's not something that I'm just going to continue to. I'm only going to put out there. So,
we'll go into more detail of that probably in another episode.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's the type of shit that you can look forward to.
Yeah, and you can look forward to a lot of different things, and that's why that's one of the many reasons why we're excited about this. But I think that's pretty good for now.
Yeah, man. I think you guys can probably be on the lookout. We'll probably put out something shortly after this, either this episode or the next episode. We're asking you guys about what you want to know, like what you want to know about us, and we'll do a Q&A episode, something like that. I think that'll be really beneficial. So.
Well, for the people that are just getting to know you for the first time today, like where can they find you on social media?
Well, for the next 9 months, I guess you can find me on TikTok. It's Mr. Cluckafella everywhere on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, X, Threads. Ugh. I'm trying to post more on Threads now.
We got to talk more about Threads at a certain point, because I like it. I like it a lot.
If you're on X, most of my posts on X are strictly wrestling. I'll be honest with you. It's like a little bit of sports sprinkled in. So if you're not into wrestling, maybe not follow me, but I don't really care. But Instagram, really sure. Instagram, TikTok, Threads.
There you go.
I'm trying to get more into Threads a little bit more now. I noticed a lot more people posting over there. So.
Yeah, for sure. And it's one of those things, by the way, just don't think, just post. I don't know. Maybe think about it. I don't know. Maybe think about it a little bit.
Think about it a little bit, guys.
Maybe think about it a little bit.
I think there's a little bit too much of people not thinking and posting.
What is aging? No.
Yeah. Let's think a little bit.
Well, there's a little bit.
Yeah.
You can find same thing for me though. I mean, like Jimmy Musial without the C. No, there's no musical in there. Swear to God, I had to mention that because I know people would probably be like, "Oh, you're missing a C," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. You're wonderful, but no, I'm not."
Are you like the lady in the bathroom with it misspelled on purpose? Like, is that?
I just every single time though, they'd probably be like, "For the longest time, I thought it was spelled with a C. I thought it was missing." Yeah, well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but Jimmy Musial, and TikTok, Instagram. I'm also on Threads quite a bit. So yeah. But again, you find this podcast on Apple, Spotify, YouTube every other Friday. So
I'm guessing they're aware of that if they are listening right now. But
I hope so.
It is good. It is good to
at this point. This point, I really hope so. But yeah, for all the vibes with Jimmy and Derek, it's been a lot of fun. Man, I'm excited.
I'm excited too, man. I'm very excited.
We did
Are y'all
this.
excited?
Oh my God.
Are y'all excited?
Are you? I need to see it.
Like it.
I need to see it through the.
I can hear it.
I
can hear it.
The silence is amazing.
Yeah, I can hear it.
But until next time, thanks a lot for listening, and we really, really appreciate you guys, and we can't wait to get this started. More to come.
Yeah, we'll see you there, or we'll see you at another time.